father turned him in. His father turned him in. That's what happened. Unclear if his father wanted the $100,000 bounty on this guy's head, but a $100,000 reward, and his father turned him in. They got him, folks. He has been arrested. At least Donald Trump believes the correct person is currently in custody, and a family member helped convince this individual to turn himself in. Now, it makes you wonder if the $100,000 bounty from the FBI had anything to do with it. Mind you, the FBI didn't post a little $10,000 or $15,000 bounty for Charlie Kirk. No, they used the same amount of a bounty that they used for the 2008 Times Square bombing or other top 10 most wanted individuals. Not months after a crazy manhunt looking for this guy. Within 24 hours of the shooting, they posted a reward of up to $100,000 to find the Charlie Kirk shooter. And now, I don't know if it's related to the $100,000 a night, and that's a lot of money, but I don't know if it's related to the $100,000. But let's just say a family member has allegedly helped turn in the individual. Apparently, the family member, like a mother or father, helped talk to the individual and convince him after talking to a minister from a church that the right thing to do was to turn himself in. Now, in this footage that you saw here, this is where you see him sort of stumble along the road over here. It's believed that he held a rifle through his pants. Now, you can kind of see this thickness there in his pants, and essentially that the barrel of the gun went all the way down towards his shoe here. This is quite an interesting and unique way to conceal a rifle. It also appears that these photos may have been the exact photos that helped lead to the capture, or at least the identification of this individual. College age. Pay attention to these shoes here. These shoes become important. Oh, we've got this American flag, an American eagle shirt here. This becomes important in just a moment. Take a look at this. You can see it's a little harder to identify exactly what this could have been within the element of the rifle, but the current allegation is that this is where the individual was, again, concealing the weapon through his pants and down his leg, and this is where you see some of the imprinting of the rifle. This is not entirely clear. One of them here on the left is AI enhanced, so you're getting kind of potentially a weird fill-in of an up-close of the shooter here. This, by the way, take a look at this, which is remarkable, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here. I feel like it was obvious, but you can see the shooter running over here, and we suspected that he just basically jumped off over the side of the building, either where he could lower himself down onto some air-conditioned units or just into the grass, because, you know, it's just not that high in some areas. Here, it does look like he takes quite a bit of a fall here. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a little bit of an ankle sprain there. That looks like at least an 8-foot yeet right there. But anyway, he seems to walk just fine after that. There's that parking lot, and this is where he runs towards what we saw on the maps building, towards that ROTC building. Because remember, at the University of Utah Valley, what they talked about is that this individual, after the shooting, ran into a wooded area. We didn't actually think there were woods that he ran into. We think they just meant, like, literally the trees behind some homes. And it appears, if you look at, again, the area here, and I just help orient you for a moment. Here's the diamond. This is where the Charlie Kirk tent was. Here's our trajectory towards the roof. Remember, in case you don't already remember, this roof, very, very easy to access, either through this grass patch right here, where you could literally walk onto the roof. This was where we originally suspected the shooter was. It turned out that the easier option here was literally just to use this staircase, which we also said was a possibility, to use this staircase to walk up to this sort of mezzanine level over here, step over essentially a little 1-foot barrier here, and then you're on the flat roof right here, where you could post up and take your shot. which would give you a perfect sort of line of sight here. But anyway, what we see in the video is the suspect then run behind the building here and essentially appear in this area where he then lowers himself. So let's go ahead and get another little angle here. There you go. This is where the suspect then lowers himself and is able to run into, again, what the FBI at first called a wooded area. Again, these are trees behind the UVU Army ROTC. See this? Here are the trees. And the reason we suspect this is because we have camera footage from these homes right here showing the suspect not only walking down the street, which I already showed you, but then after the shooting, running through this wooded area in this direction here, which then brings you to the neighborhood. This led me to believe that the individual was local. I feel like if he was not local, he would have gotten into a vehicle or left in some other way. This is some of the surveillance footage zoomed up a little bit. But anyway, Donald Trump has just announced that the Charlie Cook shooter, we believe, has been identified and is in custody. So not just identified, but in custody. They believe they have the right person. This is where there are markings of where the person was lying down to take his shot. You can see that's a pretty clear shot right there. And you get the benefit of trees on your left, benefit of trees on your right, and you get the benefit even of this building blocking you to where you really could just lie down just enough to the left. You have quite a bit of concealment there, especially then when you lie down. This obviously is leading to, a lot of questions. A lot of people think that this was not a fireable firearm right here, that potentially this was a decoy rifle in a box found in the woods where the suspect ran. And a lot of people now also leading to increased calls for security for people like Elon Musk, because people are nervous now that there are people like this who could suffer some form of mental illness or what, to the extent that they would be willing to kill somebody else. Now, I personally, as a commenter on YouTube as well, this is scary. When this happened, my wife and I, we were shook, and we're still shaken. Even after the coverage of the day that we covered, when we went through, boy, we are still shaken over this. This is scary. This is Donald Trump's announcement, by the way.
I hope he's going to be found guilty, I would imagine, and I hope he gets the death penalty. What he did, Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this. He worked so hard and so well. Everybody liked him. I've been watching. Even the left is having a hard time. They fired this guy Dowd from MSDNC, who's a terrible guy, terrible human being. But they fired him. I hear they're firing other people.
He was the individual. I could pull it up in a moment, but it's less important. But he was the guy who was sort of like trying to almost justify why people shoot other people on the day of the shooting too. Ugh. I mean, there have been a lot of disgusting comments, like this Hassan guy calling for the ripping the guts out and killing of people. I mean, it's just disgusting that people do this. That person has made hate videos on me too before, which is just ridiculous. Like when I ran for governor, it's just so vile and full of hate.
And we're talking about radical left. Now they're a little bit, but radical left networks and cable channels, horrible channels like MS. I always go with DNC because it's somehow affiliated with the Democrat National Committee. So it's a little statement you make. But MSNBC, but NBC, ABC, CBS, they're all terrible. Absolutely terrible and unfair.
So apparently the reporting now is that Charlie Cook's killer told his father what he did, and his father turned him in. His father turned him in. That's what happened. Unclear if his father wanted the $100,000 bounty on this guy's head, but a $100,000 reward, and his father turned him in. Or at least convinced him to turn himself in. So, wow, this is a big deal. Hopefully, we can find now at this point a motive or some kind of history in this person's past to help identify why this happened, what radicalized this individual, and what could we do to fix this in the future and prevent this? Because this is hard. How do you come back from this? People see this as a flashpoint in our society. But the question really is, this has been going on for years. The issue is, why do people do this? And how do we identify and prevent this? There were some rumors online that potentially the individual had a song saved to his SoundCloud called Charlie Kirk Dead at 31. So, it seems like with AI, there might be ways to identify some problems like this in the future. But goodness gracious, this is great that they got him. But my goodness, this is still a sad moment for society.
Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.